If I only could have started from the end. Now I have a house for kids and even a big land. Who knew I'd have only made mistakes that would have been fixed with a slice of cheesecake. Demo Salvatore was my 18 dream, but now the only one I be with is Chandler Bing. Yeah, here I am talking to you since I'm 30 as fuck.
Hello everyone, I'm back. Welcome back to another episode of 30 as fuck. I'm Vanessa Rossi, I'm your host, and I'm back from Mexico. Ooh, it was fun. And so yes, I'm sorry I didn't post any episode last week because I was just relaxing on the beach by the pool and have so much fun. And this is what I actually want to talk about today. So the theme of this episode is solo trip. Now, why do I want to talk about this? Because that was my first solo trip ever. Okay, don't get me wrong. I took flights by myself in my lifetime, every time that I go to Italy, or first time that I went to New York. But then when I got there, I always had people that I know there or that I was spending time with. I mean, maybe the time that I went for my au pair program, I didn't know the family. Like, I was meeting them. There was someone waiting for me over there, but of course, I didn't know them very well yet. And so I wanted to talk about what I thought about this and why I waited for so long. First of all, I think I waited for so long because I was scared. Oh gosh, if you were asking me 2 years ago to go to a solo trip, I would be like, no. No. Do I have to talk to people or what if I get lost? Like, do I have to communicate and, figure it out? And I think that the level of my anxiety and the social anxiety that I used to have was so high that really it was like insane, not even able to think about it. And so that's why I wanted to record this episode, because it was nice to see the difference. And so my suggestion for you is to actually go to solo trips, because other than having a good time and learn a few things that we're going to talk about in a second, you're going to probably even see how much you grew. Like, it's that type of experience that's going to show you all the skills that now you have that maybe you didn't have before. And you're going to come home and you're going to be like, oh shit, I'm awesome. And if also you still have maybe you're lacking still some skills, so you have to work on something, it's also going to give you that. It's going to give you that idea of, oh, okay, this made me feel slightly uncomfortable. Why? Let me figure it out. Let me talk with my therapist about it, or whatever else you do to try to make yourself good. As always, I'm going to repeat it because it's been a while since the last time that I repeat this. I am not a therapist. I don't have any type of degree. This is me sharing my life with you and the things that I'm learning going through therapy and going through life and this beautiful 30s of ours. And that's why this podcast is called 30 as fuck. Because we're nailing it. So, before I get to the conclusion, I'll tell you all the things that I figured out about myself in this trip. I want to try to convince you to go to a solo trip. I'm not getting any money out of this. It's literally just a pure, selfless, is it a word? Anyway, it's me trying to really convince you to do something for yourself. Okay, so I made a list of things that actually you might be able to learn or achieve or improve, like some of those skills. Okay, first of all is be able to be free. So the freedom, okay? You don't have to compromise with anyone. You're literally free to do everything you want when you go on a solo trip. You don't have to if you want to go to explore something, of course you have some schedule that you have to deal with, but it's up to you. You can do it or not. If you want to stay by the pool somewhere all the time, or if you want to just go, let's say you want to go in the winter, you go ski and you want to just ski all day, you can literally do whatever you want. You don't have to go back to do other things with other people. And although it's very nice, very, very nice to go having like fun with friends or family, it gives a certain, I don't know, it's like less stressful, I feel. It's like less chaotic. You can change your itinerary when you want. You don't have to, really, you can do whatever you want. So that's the first thing. It's freedom and flexibility. The second, it's, as we said already, it's personal growth and confidence. So sorry, I'm also without my glasses. I'm trying to see what I wrote down on my computer, but I'm blind. Okay, so personal growth and confidence. Since you have so much time with yourself, you literally have the time even to think about certain things. You might explore maybe even some meditation. So you have to rely on yourself. And so you become more independent because you're the one making the decisions in the morning when you wake up to what you want to do. If you want to go somewhere, like for example, I did some activities and I needed to take a taxi to go to the port, to the marina, and get to the right boat. And I was by myself, so I needed to figure it out. So that's a skills that you're gonna develop. So problem solving, if there's anything it's going on or something is coming up, you have to be able to solve the problem in the moment. And thank God nothing really big happened to me. But yeah, even if it was small things, technical things, so for example, even the check-in, or be able to, get to the airport on the right side. It's a new airport, so you don't know, you have to figure out where you have to go. Let's say that, I don't know, you have to, comes up a problem with one of your luggages, so you have to figure it out. And although we don't want those type of things to happen during like solo trip, it's nice to develop that skills or to feel confident that you're going to be able to solve the problem, if it comes up. And also, I know, so I'm not the type of person that loves to be like, I'm never gonna say to you, oh, you always have to go out of your comfort zone. No. You have to try to get out of your comfort zone. But at the same time, I also want to say, don't force it. Try to feel it. Try to figure it out what you actually like. And if you go out of your comfort zone, do it for a good reason. Does that make sense? For example, I'm doing this example. When I started acting, I really wanted to act. It was like something that I really loved. And so I needed to get out of the comfort zone of seeing myself on a video. Because trust me, it is terrible. It is really bad. But I really loved and enjoyed the action of acting, that I was like, okay, this is going to be out of my comfort zone. Or for example, another life example, it's, I don't know, you have to go out on dates because you want to meet someone, and you always feel uncomfortable a little bit to do that. So that's going out of your comfort zone, but because you're looking for something actually that you want. When people push you to go out of your comfort zone for something that it's not in your values, or it's not something that you want, that's gonna put you, at least personally speaking, it put me like 4 steps backwards, because it was making me feel so uncomfortable, giving me anxiety, that I was like, no. It's good to find a balance. And so a solo trip could be something good, because you go to explore. Maybe you want to go somewhere in particular that you always thought you wanted to go. Like, I think my next solo trip is going to be Peru, because I want to go to Machu Picchu. So I'm thinking about it, maybe next year. And so if you really want to go somewhere, just make it work. Make it work. Start with something simple. Maybe if you never did it in your life and you're still a little bit scared, don't go on the other side of the planet. I don't know, if you're in Canada, go for a weekend to, I don't know, I'm in Vancouver, I go for a weekend in Toronto or any other places in Canada. Canada is beautiful. Or maybe just go for a weekend to Seattle, like something close by, so it's not that difficult. Again, changing the country, like changing the state, it's gonna be slightly more complicated. So if you're still feeling very uncomfortable doing it, I will go maybe inside, like wherever you are. Let's say you're in Italy and you want to go. You're in Milan and you go to Florence. Take the train and you go for like a weekend, whatever. So start small. If you're scared, and if still makes you feel slightly uncomfortable, because I know I've been there. I've really been there. I will suggest that. So yes, so this is gonna help to boost your confidence, because when you're gonna do something and you're gonna make it happen, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm cool, I did it. Okay. So also remember, this is something that I try to really stack in my brain. It's every time that you do something, you have 50% percent of chances that it's gonna be good, and 50% is gonna be bad. If you don't do it, it's 50%, it's 100% bad because you didn't do it. Whatever you do in your life, this is for everything. Could be career, could be family, could be trips, it could be experiences, it could be literally anything. Okay, then I have a number 3, because we said 2 already. I have self-discovery and mindfulness. So we kind of touched this a little bit already, but when you travel alone, it's gonna force you to be actually present and to absorb a little bit more the experience, all the experiences, especially because you are in charge of what you're doing, and so you need to be actually present and able to figure out what's going on. Does it make sense? And it's gonna help you to connect with yourself, and that's gonna bring me actually to what I learned with this experience. I think that that's exactly my point, but I'm gonna touch it later. And also, you can meet new people. I met so many people. Okay, I'm not a people person. Every time that I say this, people are like, what are you talking about? I say I'm an introvert, and people are like, no, you're not an introvert, you're an extrovert. No, guys, I am an introvert. If I could stay alone in my house all day, I would do it. I'm a server. That's my main job, and it drains me out. But that doesn't mean that I don't like to meet new people. And also, it's something that I actually learn a lot. I think that there's nothing wrong being an extrovert, and there's nothing wrong being an introvert. The two differences are that you gain energy when you spend time with people, and an introvert, if you're an extrovert, an introvert's gonna lose energy. Unfortunately, I lose energy, and probably it is also because I'm very sensitive. So I am aware that every time that I spend time with people, whatever their energy are, like, it's my body's gonna just embrace it so much. And so whatever the energy is, if it's a good energy or bad energy, even if it's too much of a good energy, it's gonna exhaust me. I hope this makes sense. And so that's why I need to be careful when I spend time with people. Like, I have to have some measurements. Now, during this trip, I met so many people, and they were so nice. So I met first a family, and they were so funny. And I met this 21 years old girl, and she was so smart. She's so smart. And I was like, wow, she's 21. And I don't think I was like that at 21. So I was like, wow, this is going to be good for her. And we talked about a little bit everything. And it was nice to explore. And they took some pictures of me. And it was just nice people, just good people that you're like, oh my gosh, there's really good people around. And then on another little like thing that I did, And the little thing that I did was tequila tasting. I met a group of it was 2 couples, and they were so nice. One of them invited me to eat with them at the table, and she actually grew up in BC, and we talked about their kids and what they're doing now and the adventure they were going to do. And it was a very nice, instead of like eating alone, I was eating with them at the table. And then the other couple, they asked so many questions, and we were just me and the guy, we were just laughing because he was having like actually big shots of tequila, and I was like, Jesus, it's impressive, because he was on his 70s. I was like, well, we're gonna take a long nap together after this. And it was so nice. It was really, really nice. And also animals that I met. A lot of animals. I love animals more than human beings. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. And so it was just nice. You're gonna be able to meet people, and who knows what this, they're gonna give you something or not. You're never maybe gonna meet them again, or maybe they're gonna become something important for you. You don't know. Or even just like sharing that moment with someone, it's something special. And sometimes you don't need to have a connection or a long relationship with anyone to be able to enjoy time together. And that was very nice. Then another thing is budget control. So of course, if you have to, when you decide to go on a solo trip, you have to be able to think about the money. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna spend this, I'm gonna spend that. Little suggestions. You always got like suggestion, like a little secret, and it's that you're always gonna spend a little bit more than what you thought. At least I do all the time. But hey, it's an experience, and so go with it. Adventure is in what did I write over here? Sorry, adventure and spontaneity. So yes, because you're gonna take risk. You're gonna take risk, because I went there and I was like, okay, I'm not going to. Actually, I'm gonna just chill. I'm not gonna go to any adventure or anything. And I actually started to go like to plan to go see things. And so I took some risk, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to do it. Let's see how it is. And mental clarity and stress reliefs. Yes, that is probably the main reason why you should go to a solo trip. So it helps to disconnect from daily stress and recharge a little bit. If you're an introvert, it's even better, because for me, I spend a lot of time like by myself. Also, if I was at the pool, I had my book. I finished a book and a half because I started also another one. And so I was deciding when I wanted to be with people and talk to people, and also when I wanted to be by myself. And that was very, very good. I slept a lot. And also the change of scenario, and wherever you go, if you go to a tropical island, if you go to Mexico as me, or if you go ski in the mountains, like whatever you do, just the change of the view, and especially if you are able to spend time in nature, if that's what you're gonna do, if you actually decide to go to visit a city, the culture, like you're gonna go somewhere else in the world, and it's gonna be like, I don't know, see how people live there and see how different it is. It's gonna give you like some perspective. And I feel that it helps, especially if you're going through like a stressful moment, if you're going through like something difficult, and sometimes you can see straight ahead, and you can just see black in front of you. That's gonna give you a little bit of perspective, and you're gonna be like, you know what, it's not that bad. You know what, I'm actually doing fine. This is okay. Life is beautiful as it is, and whatever it's gonna come, it's gonna come. So said this. So those are a little bit of all the things that you're gonna achieve, skills that you're going to develop if you go to a solo trip. And what I personally gained a lot from this trip, it was like, um, I think I want to say perspective, meaning that I've been going to therapy for the last probably almost 3 years. And of course, I know that I'm changing. I know that I'm not the same person that I was 3 years ago. Actually, I am the same person, just without all the mental problematic. It's like I cleaned myself from all the things that didn't serve me, as depression and anxiety, for example. And so it is nice. What I learned like during this week, I was like, oh my gosh, like, first of all, I used to be so scared even thinking about this. And I actually did it. I was excited. And I talk to people. Me, social anxiety person, I talk to people. And so I was like, gosh, I'm not social anxious anymore. It is crazy. Like, it didn't even see it happening that he, not having it anymore. It just kind of fade away. And so sometimes when you are on your journey doing those type of things, you know that you made it through it because you feel different, you feel better. But then sometimes you don't see exactly all the things that you went through it, like, all the little things. It's like it's in the past, it's not with you anymore. And so it's good to actually be like, hey, I achieved this, hey, I did this, because it makes you feel good. And again, we're back to confidence. And so that was for sure. Talking to people, I have questions. I was like, oh my gosh, like, how do I do this? Where do I go there? I would like to do this. Can I do that? Boundaries. I saw my boundaries, and it was good boundaries, meaning that I was like, this is my solo trip. I want to spend my time with myself. So if you offer me something, it's a no. It's a no. I don't want to do it. Thank you so much. And not feel guilty about it. And I was like, wow, I have boundaries. So I think those two are the one that I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. And another thing is that I always thought that I would never have fun by myself, that I always needed to be the entertainer, because I used to be that when I was younger, or to be entertained. And I actually had fun doing nothing. I had a lot of fun doing nothing and drink margaritas and just read my book. And just get the sun on my skin, and it was so nice. So even that was a little bit of a light bulb, because I was like, oh, okay, I can enjoy time with myself. I like it. And again, of course I do. Like, it's not that I started this last week when I went to my trip. Like, I've been enjoying time with myself for the past probably year and a half. I know that I'm not socially anxious anymore, or anxious in general. I know that depression is not part of me. But when you go to this type of like you do those type of experiences, and you go on solo trips, you're like, wow, oh, this is cool. It's kind of like really a checklist, and suddenly you're like going back to the beginning of the book and be, oh, this is a good summary of my life. So go to solo trip. In the end, go to solo trip. You don't have to go far. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to do it also for a long time. It could be just a weekend, really, on the closest city that you have there. Okay? Or mountains or town. But do it. Do it because it's gonna be so fun, and you're gonna learn so many things. Okay, so call to action. It's book your solo trip. Okay? And please let me know. If you do it, let me know. Text me, DM me on social media, because I want to know where you go. Also, because you might even give me some ideas for my next one. Although I already have some, but again. Okay, I think I'm done. Ooh, I love this episode. I'm still like into this, I don't know, good vibe of this the last week. Maybe also because today it's sunny and that's helping. Even if here it's cold in Canada, that's okay. Okay, so I let you go. I let you go to the rest of your life and to go book your solo trip. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And please subscribe on whenever you're listening to this. Please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and go follow on social media. The 2 pages, it's my personal page, Vanessa di Rossi, and 30S Fact Podcast on Instagram. And see you soon. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, here I am talking to you since I'm 30 as fuck.